Hey guys, in this video, I want to talk about a handful of strategies for beginners to use to bring customers to them for free without doing any paid ads or anything like that. So if you're a pro detailer or you want to be a pro detailer, this video is for you. What's going on, guys? Luke here with Wilson Auto Detailing. I'm detailing the interior of a small sedan of a client of mine where I did a headlight restoration as well. And this is a great time to talk about some of the business strategies here because this client found me using one that I'm going to talk about. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about from a business perspective is paid ads, not because I want you to use them, but because I want you to use the same strategy that paid ads use in a free way. What is a paid ad? A paid ad is nothing more than a piece of content that you put money behind in order for Facebook or Google to put it in front of an audience that is targeted towards whatever it is you're targeting. So when you're running paid ads on Google, you might be targeting people in the Nashville, Tennessee area because you live there like I do, and you're going to be targeting search queries like auto detailing. Essentially, a paid ad, and it's important to understand this from a first principles perspective, is nothing more than a type of content that is likely for a specific type of person to click on, and then the platform you're using puts that piece of content in front of that particular type of person, and there's 1,000 different ways to target them. Well, what's a free way to do this? Let's take a Facebook page. What are Facebook pages? They are nothing more than like an aggregated group of people that are hyper-targeted. So for example, in the Nashville area, there's a lot of gated communities that have their own Facebook pages. What does that tell me about that Facebook page? What do I know about everybody in that Facebook page? What do they all have in common? They are all a part of that particular community, right? That's what I know about them. The same thing is true of the musician communities on Facebook in Nashville. They're all musicians. They might not play the same instrument, but they are all interested in music. Because of that, Facebook pages are an amazing place to start for beginners who want to start getting customers because it is a targeted group of people and you can target it by location. The other great thing about Facebook pages is they have a search function where you can actually search and see all of the past comments, posts, and topic-related things that have happened inside of that Facebook group. So what I like to do is get inside of a local Facebook group in an area that I want to be detailing in, and I did this a lot when I was starting out, and Facebook wasn't even what it was today. It wasn't even quite as targeted, and I would go in and immediately just get a feel by using the search bar what kind of, let's just say, culture is detailing in this particular group. And what you inevitably find is that there's a bunch of people who are quote-unquote starting their detailing businesses and probably failed, and they're just randomly making posts, and this is what's going to populate when you use the search bar. They're randomly making posts about their businesses. And they're like, if you're interested in detailing, just call me right here. Here's a little strategy for you guys who are starting out that is what I did in the beginning stages. Rather than posting that I was a detailer, I would take any detailing questions and I would actually answer them in a do-it-yourself kind of way. So when people asked detailing questions, I would tell them how to fix it themselves. That person would then basically enter into a detailing conversation with me where I would explain to them, hey, if you need more work done, here is actually how you can contact me via my business, blah, 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 blah. That person, by giving them the do-it-yourself information, ended up becoming a customer 9 times out of 10. Now, the other interesting thing that happens here is you can actually start posting things like that, not just to the private person asking, but you can post that kind of stuff to the general group, and all of a sudden, you begin to be associated with detailing in your particular area. You haven't talked at all about your business. You're just talking about how to solve detailing related problems with people in the group who are asking. And now all of a sudden, people actually like hearing from you in the group as well because you're giving valuable input. You're not selling anything. And so I like to call this giving value in public and selling in private. That's what always happens. The direct message feature allows you to talk to this person in private, get them in contact with your actual business, whereas the Facebook page front facing allows you to get in contact with a lot of people in general who are asking detailing questions. It's a very, very simple strategy to use. Now, while we're on the social media train here, it's also important to understand that people love talking about themselves. It's part of what makes social media tick. People get to, at all hours of the day, go online and talk about things that no one else cares about, but they care about it, and they get to put it in front of other people's eyeballs. And so we need to use this to our advantage because if you are not recording video or still content when you are detailing for any given customer, you're making a gigantic mistake because people will naturally want to see the process of their own car being detailed. They don't care about other people's cars, but they care about their cars. And if I can take a few really visually appealing pieces of content from that detailing process on that particular customer's car and give it to them and say, hey, listen, feel free to post this on your social media. It gives me a little bit of extra eyeballs, and people would probably love to see in your particular area what it's like when somebody details a car. People automatically would do this in my business because they just loved posting the fact that they paid for a detail and what the dramatic before and after looked like. They were impressed. They liked watching it because it was their car, and so they naturally posted it rather than just asking people generally to post about your business, which is what most detailers do. As you can see with these strategies, all we're doing is taking sort of like existing marketing strategies and manipulating them ever so slightly, or changing them probably is a better term to use, ever so slightly to make them fit the purpose. Because if all you're doing is, for example, trying to get somebody to post about your business, there's no incentive there. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody cares enough to do it. They're just glad they got their car detailed. But if you give them a piece of content about their car that they own, that they're glad is now detailed, it completely changes the ask. It's so much easier to have people actually post this, start tagging you, and get a little momentum in your particular area because other people are talking about you. So small shift makes a very, very large difference. Now, the very last marketing strategy here that is very easy and any detailer can do it is to create a list of what I call low cost or low labor and high return services. And I've talked about this in many different videos, but there are parts of detailing that are easier to do than others, right? An interior full detail is never going to be something that I give away for free in the beginning stages of my business because it requires you to give away money and, more importantly, let's just say like 4 hours of time. There's nothing scalable about that type of strategy. However, there are types of detailing services that are really isolated. They cost maybe a little bit of time, let's say 20 to 30 minutes, but they're super high return, which means, and by high return, really specifically what I mean is they're intuitively valuable to customers. Customers don't need to be sold or explained to regarding the value of the service. They already get it. So let's just take an engine bay detail. An engine bay detail is as easy as spraying some degreaser, brushing some things around, and rinsing it off, letting it dry in the sun, dressing it afterwards. It can be done in 15 minutes or less. It's also intuitively understood as valuable to customers because there's such a stark before and after. That's why it's easy to give away for free. No time, no cost of product, basically really dramatic before and after. People get really excited about it. If you create a list of services like this, you can call them specialty services, add-on services, whatever you want, but they're specifically low cost in terms of time, high return in terms of value or after result. Those are things that can easily be worked into a lot of details in the beginning and given away for free to dramatically over-deliver, but you're over-delivering in a very scalable way. And of course, this is just going to continue to increase your authority in terms of your reputation. There's a lot of different frameworks I teach about this. One is called the Rapid Review Framework. Another one is called the Secondhand Review Framework. And these things play into that. That's what I teach more in our private business programs because it's a lot more detailed. But my point is that is a simple list that anybody can create, and it's going to be very, very, very valuable because you finally created a scalable way to give things away for free. And most detailers don't know how to do that. Guys, that is all I have for you now. If you're interested in this content in terms of business-specific stuff, I've got some things coming next month that are going to blow your mind from a business perspective. And so make sure to keep your eyes out for that. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you are interested in getting a full list of tools and products that I use on a daily basis in my detailing business, where to buy them, how to dilute them, how not to use them, why I use them, why they've stood the test of time, and everything else you can imagine about these products so that you are not trying to figure out how to traverse the detailing industry on your own, go below. I've got a free resource called the Pro Detailing Toolbox. It is unbelievably valuable. The feedback I keep getting is, I cannot believe you're giving this away for free. All of this stuff is finally in one place. Thank you so much for putting this together. It costs a lot of money and a lot of time to put that together and give it away for free, but it is unbelievably valuable. Below is the Pro Detailing Toolbox. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and remember, a great detailer is always learning, and I will see you in the next video.